effective utilization of solar and batteries?
Great question. So for a residential or a homeowner who's trying to install a battery, it really is one of the best uses is maximizing your solar production. So if you have renewables, and our incentives do require that they are coupled with renewables like solar. So being able to use that solar at times when your solar is not producing, so like at night or when it's cloudy, for example.
Okay, so, and to be clear, you'll never end up with a zero bill because there are transportation distribution charges, but are those a set charge or are those variable based on your usage?
You're talking about our basic service charge?
Right.
Yes, that's a set charge.
Okay, so no matter how much you use, if you had zero power coming from the grid, then that would be a set charge forever. So
That's
whatever
right.
the number is, $12 or $18, that would be your ongoing utility bill if you had a full array of solar and the right size batteries that you could use to power your home at night. So if you were really dialed in, as we say in the sailing world, you could get by with no production charges.
Yeah, it would take a lot of batteries, just to make that clear, to really soak up all of that solar energy.
Okay, good. Well, that's a great topic. So, more people are, Nevadans are adopting electric vehicles. I see more and more of them all the time, little Volts and what have you. So, let's talk about that a little bit. When people adopt them for their personal or commercial transportation needs, what role does NV Energy play in helping someone decide how to switch to driving to an electric vehicle?
So right now we're really trying to help our customers understand the technology and provide them tools. So for example, we have an electric vehicle comparison tool on our website. If you go to nvenergy.com/EV, you can click on there and look at comparing a brand new gas vehicle to a brand new electric vehicle, and it will do comparisons like carbon footprint comparisons, financial comparisons, so you can look up the differences of upfront costs and financing models. It'll also show you where all the chargers are located in Nevada, as well as what is a good rate for you to go on. So we do have an electric vehicle time of use rate, and that's a very beneficial rate for customers who have an electric vehicle. It is very cheap. And here in Southern Nevada, it's about 5 cents or 6 cents per kilowatt hour in the nighttime. So you can save a ton of money, and that applies to your whole home, not just to the car. So your whole home would benefit from that and be able to charge your car overnight and be able to use it during the day.
So if you're washing dishes and washing clothes at the same time you're charging your car, you're getting it done for less money.
That's right.
That's a good thing. And the charging stations, I know that's a big issue for people. They don't want to get stranded anywhere. Tell us a little bit, maybe Stan, you want to hit on this a little bit too. What's the likelihood you're going to get stranded out there because there's no charging stations? Depending on where you're going, I guess, is the issue.
Right. Yeah, I think that is always the chicken and egg question. So basically, locally, no problem. We've got lots of charging stations all around the Las Vegas Valley. Also up in the urban area in Reno, Washoe County, and Carson City, there's a lot of support up there. But as you get out into the country roads, and these electric vehicles are just this year starting to have ranges exceeding 200 miles or so. For older electric vehicles that only had a range of 100 miles or so, it would be hard to go from Las Vegas up to Reno, say, along Highway 95. So NV Energy has started with a Nevada Electric Highway program to facilitate that, and then hopefully with both national programs that are going on, international programs from Volkswagen Electrify America, we're going to start to see that infrastructure build out along all the major highways in the country.
Absolutely. Thank you, Stan. But so, starting in 2013, we really partnered with 50 different companies across Nevada to double our electric vehicle charging station footprint. And then just last month, we expanded that by launching 5 new incentive programs, all related to electric vehicle infrastructure development. So we have programs now for helping commercial customers adopt workplace charging, multi-family charging, and fleet charging stations, as well as some custom grant kind of programs where people can apply for some creative electric vehicle infrastructure program incentive dollars. And then Stan did speak about our partnership with the Governor's Office of Energy to really expand out the Nevada highways and build out charging infrastructure along those highways. We had originally worked on the first phase of that project all down the US 95 corridor. So now we're going into the other corridors, looking at the 80, the 50, as well as the 95 as well, and the 15. And businesses along those highway corridors who are interested can go on our website, again, nvenergy.com/EV, and we have a section in there where they can put in their interest form if they would like to be a host site. So we'll be partnering with businesses as well as the Governor's Office of Energy, really trying to expand out that electric infrastructure through the highways.
Interesting, very good stuff.
And there are a couple different levels of charging stations. So when you buy your electric car, you plug in an electric car, you usually get a level 1 charger that allows you to plug into any 110 outlet. But that takes a while to charge up the battery. So the ones around town that we kind of were involved in growing the infrastructure were what we call AC level 2, 240 volts DC at about 40 amps or so, and those would charge up twice as fast. But now the ones that are coming out, we call level 3 chargers, are actually DC fast charge systems that are much more like a gasoline pump. They'll charge anywhere from 8 times faster than level 2 up to even more quickly than that. So the Tesla superchargers are using 120 kilowatt systems, and then we're looking at eventually with Electrify America program to go to 150 kilowatt, even 350 kilowatt as a goal, which would give you the opportunity to recharge your electric vehicle if it supported that standard at about the same rate as it would to fill a gasoline tank.
Wow.
And that's a few years out, but the groundwork's being laid by June of next year. The Electrify America program should have 400 DC fast charge sites across the country. They're partnering with Walmart and Target as to make it really convenient to get to. But most of those should be located along major U.S. highways, and so that starts to open up for any electric car manufacturer the ability to go cross country.
Awesome.
Yeah, we do see that as well, and so our incentives do support direct current fast chargers, and actually as part of the Nevada Electric Highway, it is required that at least one of those stations be a DC fast charger. So we have incentives for both the level 2 and the DC fast chargers. So it's really exciting because it is that faster charging infrastructure that we're looking at, and so I'm happy to see this kind of growth in the electric vehicle charging station across our state.
So Stan will eventually get to the point you just touch the car with it and it'll be charged, right?
But there are things like wireless charging that are kind of cool. You just pull up over this disc in your parking lot and it automatically charges your car while it's
Wow.
See, I wondered about that. Was my
That's
first
cool.
thought when I saw you. I have a cradle for my phone. You just sit it in
Exactly.
there and it charges. I was like, when are they going to come up? You just drive over it.
That's
Is that
cool.
available for residential use?
There are some companies out there that are doing it. Qualcomm's been a big advocate for it. They, as far as products, and there are a few. Bosch was doing a product for folks, but it's still early on. I haven't seen any really take off yet. The technology is still kind of evolving, but you're exactly right. It's just a scaled up version of what your wireless cell phone charger would be like. Yeah,
That's perfect, and it's probably a slower charger, but it works perfect at home. You don't have to mess with it and make sure you're parked right to get plugged in. You just pull up over it, park in the little dips in your garage, and it
yeah,
fits.
for overnight charging it's perfect, and they have gotten it up to about level 2. We haven't seen DC fast charge yet. That's going to take a lot, but level 2 charging is still doable right now with today's technology.
Yeah, I can see the day when grocery stores will have a line of them. You pull up, get your groceries, come out, you're charged up again. And so one of the issues is driving around town. Let's talk about that when we come back to Shades of Green on KDWN. We'll be right back.
Good.